Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Turbo E36 series, where I'm doing a series of videos boosting my E36, trying to do it in a relatively step-by-step, the more important details of how this is to be done, especially if you're doing a more custom setup like I am, not buying like a CX racing kit. So just a recap from the last video, if you didn't watch episode 1, basically got the turbo manifold mocked up, got the turbo mocked up, got the wheel arch trimmed to fit the turbo and like move the charge pipe around, and then got the intercooler mounted. This video, I haven't decided exactly what's going to be done. I am waiting on charge pipe, otherwise I would do my charge pipe, and I'm also waiting on my Rally Road, I think it's Rally Road, the coolant feed kit for the water feed kit for the turbo. It has some fittings under the intake manifold, and I'm doing an M50 manifold conversion, which I have one here, but I'm going to wait to do the water lines till I have that. So ideally I can't do the cold side charge piping till I put that manifold on. So I'm kind of in a conundrum. So there's still other stuff I can do. So at least for this video, I'm going to try and get the downpipe made, maybe the exhaust, but for sure the downpipe made. I'm going to try and do the dump pipe. And then I need to move my coolant reservoir, because where the reservoir is now, I can't bolt on my wastegate because it's just in the way. It is partial manifold design, partially because my wastegate's a little big. I'm using a Pulsar 45 millimeter, so wastegates just aren't small, and even if it did fit, it's like super duper close, and obviously we don't want to be melting these stupid BMW classic or plastic reservoirs. So yeah, for this video I'm going to ideally try and get downpipe done and drain the coolant and try and move that over, and then we'll kind of eyeball it from there, play by ear, but we'll get some stuff done. Something I mentioned in the last video but forgot to mention is a bunch of my studs, like a lot of BMWs, they can't, well, the stud came out, and the way this header is, or this manifold is, it was way too tight to get in there, so just had to go in and reinsert the studs and get that all set up. So now we can pull this back on, and then I can bolt the turbo back up, and then we can start making the downpipe. I'm on the last stud right now. It is first cylinder, bottom left stud. This is the only way I'm seeing to get this, and to even get the manifold this far. I should have mentioned this in the last video, but like I mentioned previously, I didn't have all the studs in there. I had to fix some of the studs, like, the nut was stuck, whatever. So put them all loosely on, because some of them, because the length of the stud and contacting the runners, like trying to get the nut on, isn't an option unless you have the manifold pulled away from the head just a little bit. But the rest of them I pretty much got with just a stubby socket on like a 1/4 inch and this 11 wrench. This last one, that wrench doesn't fit. My long guy doesn't even start to fit, so I'm using this little tiny Husky one. And I would show you down there, but you can't really see it. I don't know if maybe Alex, you want to try and see kind of what is going on. Maybe if you can shoot it in right there, and then try and zoom a little bit. Yeah, so you can see, basically I'm having to hold the wrench around the tube like this and turn it, pull it off, juggle it in my fingers, and then just 1/8 of a turn at a time. And it is one of the most unfun.
Can we even see it from the...
I don't even know.
Oh, you can't really see it from the bottom here either.
Yeah, like
a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah,
but,
man, that is tight.
Yeah, that's really the best you can kind of muster up here.
God dang.
So, not fun in the slightest. But once this one's done, then I can just give them all a quick snug check, because I've been doing that as I've been going, but almost there. And then it's downpipe time. Well, I have the turbo off. I'm about to put it back on. I'm going to go ahead and put some gold foil tape on the shock tower here to try and help keep some of the heat off of it. Fact or fiction, whatever you think this stuff is, I have plenty of experience with it in previous turbo builds, and it works really well at keeping direct heat off. So if NASA uses it, good enough for the ducks, good enough for me type thing. So I'm going to go ahead. I already got this all washed out, looking much cleaner. Not perfect, but cleaner. And yeah, just lay some tape on here, and then we can mock the turbo up and start doing some stuff. gold tape's good. Something else I wanted to address really quick is this little like shelf right here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this out because the 3-inch, although it technically fits, it's gonna be way too tight, and I want to be able to account for some movement and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grind this cubby out really quick. Downpipe is looking pretty stinking nice so far. I got it bent up to here. Again, I'm going to be heat wrapping this stuff until I can find a better solution on where to route the injector harness or the coil pack harness. But now we're at the hard part where I kind of got to go down a little bit and then try and kick it over and under the header and then back down, and it's got to go like down that way and then that way. So little on the funky side. I got plenty of elbows to do for the downpipe. I just don't think I have enough to build the exhaust. So unfortunately, definitely not doing the exhaust in this video, as I'll probably have to order some more material. But all right, moving on to the last section of the downpipe right now. This is the last piece right here. This is going to kick it straight under the floorboard, and I'm doing slip joints. I haven't built any of my personal exhausts with slip joints before. I normally use V-bands, but I've been using slip joints a lot more lately on customer cars because they are cheaper. I know that a lot of the cheaper quality stuff tends to leak. These ones from Stainless Bros are pretty nice quality, really nice slip fit, so we're gonna give these ones a chance. So save myself a few extra minutes of labor on the downpipe side. I'm gonna go ahead and tack the slip to this bottom piece off the car so it's a little bit easier later, and that's it. Then we can pull it all apart, weld it out, and then we have ourselves a downpipe. Here she is, other than the O2 bung, which I'm just gonna put like right here in the elbow. But let's do a final test fit. I'm a little concerned on the length, but we might just barely squeeze in. Worst case, I gotta trim up the corner bucket just a little bit more, but I've done this before on another chassis with bigger material and we fit, so it's just a matter of finagling it just right. A low or a bottom mount thing, like I might have to feed it up from the bottom.
Oh, feed it up from the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, that's really, I don't know. I guess we'll try that. No, I think, fuck, I might have to do a V-band. Okay, so I am gonna have to remove this lower crossover bar really quick, but that's not bad. I can live with that since it's 2 bolts. 17s. All right, there we freaking go.
Nice.
Just verify that fitment with the clamp. Right there. There.
Hot damn. That's sick.
Lower this down a little bit. Just check that ground clearance. Oh, well, it'll be a little bit lower. I forget we're on the frame rail on this puck over here, but yeah, a little on the low side, but nothing that, you know, just don't go off track exactly on that spot. All right, so I ended up revising it a little bit and tucking it up just a little bit higher under here, but we're looking really good. So we got just enough space for the clamps and stuff, and yeah, we just all around it's looking pretty nice. As for time, so far I'd say I'm probably a good 5 hours into this. It's 4:21 now, you know, minus chit-chatting a little bit and eating some food. I'd say I'm probably close to 5 hours in this. I probably got an hour and a half worth of welding, maybe 2 hours to do on it. And it's probably gonna kill off the rest of my welding tank, which is a 250 size, and I got basically 1,000 CUs left. It's just a time thing. Normally on something like this, if you're ever wondering what something like this costs, on a car like this, I'd probably be in the realm of like $700-800 with material for the downpipe. Stuff's just not cheap. I mean, this is some really nice material, also being the stainless pros, but as you can see, it is labor intensive. Alright guys, it is finally all finished up. Let's get the beauty shot with the compressor open like that. Make it look like a real turbo for the moment, but the downpipe is fully welded out, looks freaking sick. I mean, I don't know, I'm stoked on it. So again, I am gonna order some DEI heat sleeving tonight to make sure this stays, you know, fire safe. I will be buying, there's a gentleman locally, he sells them online, but there's a guy locally that makes a stainless steel coil pack cover, so I do intend to get that and gold tape that as well. But other than that, I mean, everything heat management wise looking pretty good. Got some good clearance down there. Everything's clocked as it needs to be, and this thing is ready to, you know, make some cool noises. You know, this video, it's already late in the evening. It's probably like 7 o'clock or so. So I was gonna try and knock the exhaust out same video, but you know, progress is progress. Some is better than none. I think the downpipe is a good success. It took a long time, like I'd mentioned. These things are not quick tasks usually. If it's, you know, if it's a B series turbo Civic, sure, you can have it done in 3 hours, but E36s are a little bit more challenging. But I am going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. I am stoked on the progress. If you guys are liking the videos so far on the turbo stuff, let me know in the comments down below. If you're boosting your E36, I'd love to hear what setup you're going with. I think this thing's going to be ready depending on my workflow here at the shop. I got a bigger project dropped off today, so that's going to inhibit my time on my car a little bit, but I'm hoping in the next like 2 to 3 weeks this thing to be running. But we'll see. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, stick around if you would. And if you want to get some custom fab work done or whatever, hit me up on velocityracefab@yahoo.com or hit me up on Instagram and Facebook if you're local. And do what you love, forget about the rest. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.